And now it's time for Uncle Barko's super secret extra fun storytime variety show starring Uncle Barko.
Hello everybody out there in the land of make-believe, Uncle Barko here, and this here is the Evil Bunny there I've been working on. It's part 4, the Evil Bunny mold making series. I want to make a little plastic Evil Bunny replicas so I can have an army of Evil Bunnies, is the end goal, so I can take over the world with Evil Bunnies. So yeah, broke his ear. A lot of things went wrong here while I was working on it. What I'd do is I'd make some, I'd cook it, I'd make some more, I'd cook it, I'd add some stuff to it, and eventually I burnt his ears. It's a big problem, not a big problem. I'd rather not have burnt his ears. But the issue I was having is that the Sculpey is so soft that if I held it in place, right, while I was working on it, I would actually dent it and mush the body of the work. So it was too soft. And I've worked with Sculpey before. I worked a lot with Fimo before, and I can get results from it, but not the kind of results that I'm looking for. I can make one-offs, but that look kind of cool, and but if I'm going to be making replicas of it, I wanted to try this stuff, this Castilene clay. So I got me some of this Castilene clay, melted some of it down, scooped some of it out, and we're working with it. And there's a huge difference between working with the Sculpey, this is baked, this is all baked, and working with the Castilene. This is not baked. You don't bake this. If you bake it, it'll just melt into a puddle. Don't bake it. Big difference is, of course, you can watch a lot of videos on this. Castilene is really hard, and as you work with it, just from the heat of my fingers here, now I'm able to mold it a bit. And the issue I ran into that, unlike Fimo, it's very easy. Fimo, this is Sculpey. It's very easy to get the shape you want from a piece of Sculpey. You just grab it there, and it's a mushy. There it is. And you want to make a ball, you just roll it. Boom, it's a ball. Bang. So when I was working with this, I was able to get a lot more definition in the snout there, as you can see, than I was with this. But I really like the results on this. I think if I kept working it, I could get it to look like this here. But this only took. This probably took, to do that snout after it was cooked, the body was cooked, to get the snout on there probably took a half an hour, where this, I've been working on this a couple hours. As I've been building the thing. I work on it a little bit. I had it about right, but I keep kind of, going back in it. But I think I like this better. So no complaints. Maybe it's just my mind's eye was bringing me to make this instead of this. I don't know how it works. I very rarely analyze my own creativity, but the nice thing is that I can hold this firmly and sculpt on it, but I can't do it with one hand. Let me get this here. Let's do this here. I want to show you guys my little workspace real quick here. So this is my main workspace. If I'm doing any project, I'm doing it. If I'm painting, if I'm making jewelry, if I'm sculpting, I'm doing it here, and then the rest of it. It just goes off into its own places, or it piles. So last thing I was working on was paint, which was up here. Moved the paint stuff over here. I've got, before that I was working on needle felting. Made this bunny. I make a lot of bunnies. I don't know why. Made this needle felted bunny there. Hey, bunny. I made a couple of different things with the needle felting, and now I'm working on clay, so I just have to pile stuff. I got my painting stuff piled here out of the way until I'm done with this, and then I need to get the paints out to paint the thing. You know what I'm saying. But let's get here set up here so you guys can see they're working like it's supposed to. Okay, so I can hold. This has been sitting out. It's room temperature, I suppose you'd say, and I can hold it really firm. I'm squishing. I'm squishing its head. I'm squishing its head. And I'm not making hardly maybe my fingerprints in there, but I haven't made a dent at all. I'd really have to warm it up. I have to rub it, get it warm, to really reshape it, which is why it's taken so long to get a shape out of this, is because with this, I'm really getting like a millimeter change at a time as I'm pushing on it. With the Fimo, or the polymer clay, Sculpey in this case, I smush. It smushes really easy. I can get any amount of dentage, I want in a matter of seconds, which is good, except for when I'm trying to hold on to it and get the nose on there, I'm smushing it. I'm smushing it with my handling, right? I'm trying to get the nose in there, and now I'm smushing the nose because I've got a good hold of the nose. So now the nose is all, get on there, nose. Boop. Hey. Hi, everybody. So that's the issue I run into with using Sculpey. Again, I've used Sculpey a lot, and Fimo. I've got some great results, but they've just been for one-offs. Nothing that I was going to make a mold out of. So with this stuff, again, I can hold it really firm without changing the shape of the object, and then just kind of smooth in the contours that I'd like. So it's coming along pretty good. It's coming along pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way it's going. Here is a chunk of that. Is this Fimo or? Yeah, here's a chunk of that Plastiline. I kind of been handling it. I'm sorry. Here's a chunk of that Castilene, and I've been kind of handling it a little bit, so it's already kind of warm. And I guess it stays a little pliable. Smaller the pieces, the easier it is to work with. And one of these big pieces here, like this, I'm gonna have to. I can tear it apart, right? And get it into a smaller piece. But if this was one solid, I scraped out a bunch of stuff and kind of left it flat. But if it's solid like in there, it would be very difficult. Let's see. It's not hypothesized. So here's some chunks on. Oh yeah, that's it almost feels like plastic. There we go, broke it off there. So yeah, I can mush these smaller pieces. It's pretty hard. It's already softening up quite a bit. But this is like plastic. I could cut it with a knife, cut out a little bit. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. I'm having a lot of fun working with it. I got a little frustrated because it takes a lot longer to get the details in. Oh, and I use one of my primary tools is this here rubber nubby tippy guy here, right? And once I've softened it a little bit, it does make a shape, but not like it does. Okay, so with this Fimo, or with this Sculpey, I can just go right in there. Yeah, let's get it closer here. So with the Sculpey, I can get right in there and focus, right? And it makes a shape right away. That's just, I'm applying a little pressure. That shape was already there. Let's get you right there. And, right? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? But on this, really, no effect. No effect. Now, once it's warm, I can get some shapes in there. I've been shaping this using that tool, but it's got to be nice and warm. I've got to have rubbed it. You go rub it. It gets softer. So basically, I spent the several hours just rubbing this thing, and the more I rub it, the more it becomes an evil bunny. I'm hoping to have better luck with the ears. I could not get these ears to go straight. I tried and tried and tried. The more I tried, the more misshapen they got. So I thought I'd bake it and make a mold of it, but that just didn't work out. So I'm hoping that with this harder material, I'm going to be able to make some ears to look the way I want and get them planted on the head there without them getting all mushed up, and then and then you gotta have the sticks in them. If I put this in the oven without the armature, it would the ears would just flop down. They just flop down. They'd kind of melt you down. They wouldn't melt, but I mean, they'd wilt. And so I had to put it didn't work out. It didn't work out. So I'm hoping to solve that problem. Already this is better. And I'm gonna get these ears on, and then we'll get to the mold making. I got the mold making stuff. That's not all of it. I've got more around. I've got some. There's some in there. And I've got a few mold making projects that I'm going to be working on sooner than later. So I'm going to get this here done. So I'm going to work on this week and get the ears planted on there, eyes. He's got a fang. Evil Bunny has a fang, and then he has claws. So that's kind of where that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons I gave up on this Evil Bunny, is because I knew it was going to be nearly impossible to get the claws on there. And I'm hoping that with this harder material, I can get some more definition in the toes, and then get some claws on there and a little fang and some ears, and then good to go. Okay, so stay tuned for part 5. Till next time, Godspeed, Earthlings.
Well, this has been Uncle Barko's Super Secret Extra Fun Storytime Variety Show. Stay tuned to Barko Vision for more content.